What is happening now? What do we smell in the air? What is this enlightenment that is on every man's lips? I, Immanuel Kant, will tell you. What is the enlightenment but mankind, at long last, finally growing up and looking at the world not as he wants to believe it, but full in the face, as it actually is. Learning then to think for himself, and after 2.5 millennia or more, finally being free. Oh, it is so hard to think. Everywhere you see them, the self-appointed guardians of us in our childhood, those who would connive the laziness of our minds to give us received opinions, beliefs that tell us who and what we are. People who will tell you, don't think, it's dangerous, you might be wrong. But to all those people I say, no! I am going to have the bravery to think, the courage to be wrong. And what's more, I'm going to share my errors, that we may all learn together. This then is our enlightenment. But who knows where it might lead? Perhaps great chasm will open up between us, my friends in reason, who try to learn, and the rest who remain in their old ways. And how wise that chasm will get, I think no man knows. Maybe in the end, the people will rise up as a mass to try and shut us up, to keep us down. And I don't think there's any surprise in them. Everywhere, don't you hear them? Those voices that say, don't discuss things, don't worry. Don't worry about the technicalities, says the banker. Just give us your money. Don't worry about anything, just trust me, says the politician. Don't ask questions yourself. Just read and believe, all too easily, says the journalist. But to these voices I say, no, I am going to argue. I am going to row as much as I like, when I like. And what's more, you're going to feel grateful. For we are all made stronger by the debate. Yes. And yet, if we are going to be really grown up about this, you know what we're going to have to do? We're going to have to realise that although in our public capacity we can row as much as we like, as private citizens, what I ask you, what price the soldier who in the battlefield says, actually I've got a better plan, even if he does, he'll be shot. Or what price a politician who says, oh, I don't like this policy of government, and resigns and brings down the whole edifice. Or the fool who doesn't pay his taxes and so brings down a state. No. If we are going to be grown up about our right to debate, we're going to have to understand that in the end, we must conform. And yet, if this feels too hard a destiny, remember this. Who is the best people to enact a policy? Those people who believe in it, some zealot, or those people who find some other voices to say? Isn't it the latter? And more than this, remember that no generation, nay, no decade, has any right to dictate to those who follow. Obey now, and argue for an alternative. And what is the role of leaders? To listen to the debate, and to use it to form their own opinions. But more than that, they must protect it. For by protecting it, they protect our freedom. They must protect it then from the mob and those who would buy opinion. This then is our enlightenment. We are not going to sit under a tree and leap up and announce that we are enlightened. No. Rather, it is a process, long and slow. And be warned, we might always lose it. And return to the nightmare of our childhood. So I say to you, and it is hard, we must learn to say with the most modern of monarchs, argue as much as you like, but in the end, obey. Because it is only in obeying you are truly free. What price freedom based on action? My ability to act is merely my right to oppress you and your right to oppress me in return. Nay! True freedom lies in this alone, in thought. In my right to change your mind and your right to influence me. There alone are we truly free. Hold on to that, and all is safe. Lose it, and it is as good as lost. And as you can see with Kant, it's always a question. Is he the only revolutionary, or is he just a reactionary idiot? Which I actually think is difficult in that essay. But anyway, that was what is Enlightenment.